Alright, everybody, welcome to the channel. I am Banana Demon, and we are gonna go over something today that I think is gonna help out quite a few of you. A lot of people wonder how you're gonna get a bunch of coins in order to get, or I guess, wonder how you're gonna get a bunch of trades, right? So, one of the ways you can do it, obviously, is if you go up to the rated section and you can do these super boring and lengthy maps and spend all day in the game. Or, there's another way. And that's what we're going to go over today. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have to back out of here real quick and go into Google. And what we want to do is look up, Tiny Task, right? Alright, so Tiny Task is a free application that you can use to automate clicks on your screen, right? So that could be very helpful inside of Toilet Tower Defense. So what you're going to do is just download the version they show available. Just download the standard version. It's all free. You don't have to worry about it. And then once you have it downloaded, you're going to install it. And then you're going to have this little box that you can open up, right? Alright, so from here, what you're going to want to do is go into the preferences. Now, this is something that some of the other videos I've seen about this don't mention. Leave the play speed at 1. Do not try and use 200 times or any kind of a custom speed. What's going to happen if you do is the clicker is going to move faster than the game, okay? And you can't have that happen. It'll screw everything up. What you want to do is come down here into recording hotkey. Now, it doesn't really matter which one of these you pick. For me, it's been easiest to use F8 for the recording. That's going to start your recording. And it's also going to stop it. So you'll see when we're done. I'll hit F8 to start the recording. You'll see the little record thing glow red. And then when I'm done, I'll hit it again. And the red thing will go away. Also, playback hotkey. I use F12 for mine, so that way when you're restarting the macro or the script, however you want to call it, that's the button you're going to use to restart it. Okay, so I have those set. And the very last thing you want to do in here before you start it is hit continuous playback. Now, you can set a playback loop, but really kind of what's the point, because you might as well just hit continuous. That way it runs forever and ever and ever until you tell it you don't want to, which is kind of the goal here. So, some of you have probably noticed, well, all of you probably have noticed, that in the game, they created a new map last week that you can actually earn rewards on. Let's get this thing out of the way. Alright, so over here at Wastelands, you get the default amount of coins, which is actually quite a bit. You can get 1,000, or if you have the ×2 coins, you can get 2. And then if you put a coin boost on, you can get another 1,000. So upwards of 3,000 coins per time you run the match. You will get 2 to 4 of the Evo Shards, which you can use to do the upgrades or the evolutions on certain units. You will also get 1 to 3 toilet shards and a crate. The crate's good, but we're mostly here for the shards and the coins, in my opinion. So, the question you might be asking is, what units do we have to use in order to make this happen? Now, the units I'm going to use are not the units you have to use, but the ones I found to be most helpful. So we're going to go into our units here, okay? We're not going to use any of this stuff, because that's just going to overpower everything. So what we want is, whoops, that's not it. We want the Octopus VIP. Now, you can use if you have the shiny, great, use it. If you don't, doesn't matter. We'll just use the regular one, so we can kind of keep it low for this one. Now, the next one I'm going to use, I personally only have the shiny version. You don't have to have it, okay? Don't worry about it. You can get this one from the marketplace relatively cheap as far as like the non-shiny goes, okay? This is only here to help us in the beginning rounds. After that, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, after that, we're going to use the POV. Whoops, I can't spell. Alright, POV. Again, if you don't have the POV, you can use the electric. You could use... There's a bunch of units you can use. You can even use this heart guy, I think. Where is he? Maybe I don't have him. But kind of really anything that has a really small hitbox. That's what we're looking for here. You could use this guy. He would be perfect for it too, because he does have a very small hitbox. If you want to use the commander, totally fine. Steer clear of things like the mystical or even the paradox because of the size of their hitbox. It's just going to get in the way, and it's going to make the script that much more difficult to run. What we're looking for here is consistency. We want it to run every time with no problem, so you can run it while you're sleeping, while you're at work, while you're at school, whatever you want to do, right? But we don't want to have any problems. So we just keep it simple with 3 units that have very, very small hitboxes. So I'm not going to equip a coin boost just because I don't really need it at the moment, but I would recommend you do it, all right? Also, keep this kind of over here in the corner. Do not put it up here. If you put it up here, it will be in the way of starting the round. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to hop in here, and we're going to... all right, good enough. We're going to show you how this is actually going to work. Okay, so as we load in, once you load into the map, give it a couple of seconds, and then, like I said before, you're going to hit the F8 button, unless you put it to something else, and then make sure you hit that. All right, so now we're in. So now we're going to hit F8, and you'll see over here the record button started. Okay? From here, just go up, hit the skip button. Try not to hit auto skip until the wave starts. There will be a few times, if you do this incorrectly, it will not auto skip. And if it doesn't auto skip, your whole system could get messed up. So right now we're just kind of waiting. Stand still. Don't move around. The fewer movements you have, the better off you are. So since I'm on PC, I'm just going to hit the 1 for the octopus. Bring him back to me. And I'm going to literally place him right on top of myself. As you can see, I'm not going to place him over here, or up on this wall. I want him right on top of me. And the reason for that will become clear. Place him down. Alright, well, he placed him a little bit in front of me, but that's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. So now, we're just waiting until we get to 250. Now, the other thing about this is that you don't want to place this unit again the second it gets to 250. Okay? These are going to do enough damage, and remember, I'm using the non-shiny, where you don't have to do it directly at 250. So it's at 370, so we'll do it now. Start on top of the other one. Slowly move it forward until it turns green. And then just go a little bit further past it and place it down. Okay? Now if you look on your index, you'll have 2 of them placed. So we're at about the same spot again, about 370. That's fine. We're going to hit the 1 again. Place it right on top. Slide it back. Slowly, slowly. Right? Until it turns green. A little bit more. Place it down. Now, we can do that because it has such a small hitbox. Now, with the turkey herder, it has an even smaller hitbox. So we're going to bring it over. Turn it to the side. Make sure we're in green. Whoops. Make sure we're in green. Move it out just a little bit. And slide it up. Not too far, just a little bit. Now, the beautiful thing about the turkey herder is it has a 0 hitbox. So if you place it down, leave your mouse there, press 2 again, and place it down. Number 3, same thing. And number 4, same thing. Now, you can only place 4 of them. But afterwards, so the POV, remember what I said about no hitbox on the turkey. So you're going to hit 3. You can literally place him directly on top of the turkey herder. And I'll show you how that looks in a minute once we get another 1 or 2 of these placed. Do not take control of the POV. There's no need for it. We'll come back down here to 3 again. and just, you'll probably have to move him back just a little bit. Right? And then place him down. And then we'll end up doing the same kind of thing on the other side. Spin him around if you want, doesn't really matter. So that's as close as we can get to him, but we want a little bit of leeway. So bring him out just a little, and then move him forward. Now the reason we're doing this so close to the octopus is that because your spawn point is not the same every time. So if this moves up and just say over to the right just a little bit, this guy right here is going to get in your way. If it moves you back, there's another thing right over here that'll get in your way. So this is for consistency, and you don't have to only use this idea on this map. Okay, so we're going to come back, we're going to bring the other POV over here, just set him down. Now the reason I'm using the POV is because of its range. It, at full max, has a 200 range. It will hit everything from the entrance and run and lessen the risk of it getting all the way back. So now's where things kind of slow down a little bit. So we're just going to go through and we're going to upgrade all these units. Now, same thing when placing the units. Like, I could upgrade all 3 of these to the next level because I have enough money. But if something happens, if the toilets come out in a weird order, you may not. But you won't know it because they're sleeping at school or at work. So wait until you've got absolutely plenty of money and then upgrade them slowly. Right? So, again, I could upgrade all 3. Or no, I couldn't. I didn't want to. Alright, but now I can. So now I've got, it's $3,600 to upgrade all 3. I've got almost 6,000. I've got plenty. So go ahead, just upgrade each one individually, and then just wait again. Now, you could technically do one at a time if you wanted to, and that would be fine. We can do one. We got 5,200. We can upgrade another one. And then I would leave this till about $4,000, just because. You're not in any hurry. There are no units that are threatening to get out. You're good. So then we'll do that. And then we'll wait another couple seconds and see how long it takes. Yeah, see, it's not even taking that long. So we'll do this one. And then we'll wait a second. That should be okay. We'll do it again. And then we'll wait again another minute until that's obviously going to have enough. Now, the problem is going to be is when you get to these guys, because they are a little bit more pricey to upgrade. Upgrade him. And as far as the order goes, I guess it doesn't really matter which units you do first. Obviously, do your money units first. But after that, it doesn't really matter. The turkey herders will kill most things on this map. The POV is just kind of there to help out. But the shiny turkey herder will do 3 million damage per turkey once it's upgraded. The non-shiny, I believe, does like 2 million, which is still quite a bit. Okay, so hit him. And then we'll wait a minute till he has enough. Alright, so he should be good. We'll hit that. 2,000 overs, plenty. Alright, so our money's maxed out. Turkey herders are very cheap to upgrade. So we can do quite a few upgrades on those now if we want to. Now we're at 600 apiece, 1,000 apiece, easy. Alright, so now we'll wait a minute until we have enough to get over 9,000. Now, while we're doing this, at this point, if you really wanted to move around, run around the map, do your thing, you can. Just keep the index up and do not try and run back to upgrade these. Don't come back and click on the POV to try and upgrade it. While Tiny Task is helpful, it is not always 100% exact. If you spawn differently in the map, you won't end back up in the same place. So always use the index to upgrade these things. Alright, so we got plenty for that. We'll do 2 of these, and then we'll wait a second until that gets probably maybe, I don't know. That's plenty. So we'll hit that. And now we're just kind of waiting again Theoretically, you could come down here and do this one too if you wanted to. I just kind of go row by row to keep things in line, but you can do this any way you want. It's not gonna hurt anything. So we're over 10, so we'll hit that, and we'll wait a second for this one. All right, so we're over 12. That should be fine. We'll go ahead and hit it again, and then we're gonna wait. Now we should be getting our round or our wave money here in a second. Perfect. And then we'll just give that a second again and see how it goes. All right, so we're almost 14K. We should be fine. All right, so here's another thing. Because you're going to have to get down to these POVs in order to upgrade them, don't use your mouse wheel, okay? It is not going to register. So come over here, grab the bar, click on the left mouse button, slide it down. Now, I recommend doing it more than once, just in case, right? Like I said, consistency. So now we should be good with the turkey. We'll keep upgrading him. Dum, dum, dum. Okay, so we're good there. Now comes the process where we gotta wait for the POVs. Now you can do them individually if you want. That's totally fine. Or you can do them row by row or, whatever you want to do. So we'll hit that guy. And then we'll wait till that gets probably just over 10, and then we'll hit that one too. Let's see. All right, yeah, that's good. And we're getting him. And then it's kind of a waiting game at this point. But one of the reasons that this map, in my opinion, is better than the raids is because it's only 50 waves. The raid map is 60, and you can only do it 3 times every 12 hours. So, and the one thing I actually found out on accident is if you do 2 raids and then say you have to go to school or you have to do something else for a while, and you come back, you still have 1 raid you have to do before your 12 hours recycles, which is kind of annoying. So you can do the raids at maximum 6 times a day, right? This one, you could technically run 24 hours a day. So while per match, you will probably get more out of the raids, this one is going to be much more consistent over the long term. And like I said, you can use this whole idea for other matches as well. If you want to get your endless rank up, you can 100% do that. You can put this exact script inside of endless and just leave it. Start yourself off at level 8 or whatever level you're at, and before you know it, you will get up there to wave 20 or level 20, which is important if you want to be able to attempt to get on the leaderboard, because you will need the friend maker. Or if you just want to get higher so you can use ×3 speed, that is fine as well. Okay, so now 28, yep, we're good. Okay, so once we get all of these upgraded, I'll kind of turn the screen a little bit so you can watch the front, and I'll probably add some music in there or something too to kind of lessen the blow of being bored, but you'll be able to watch everything get killed. And then I will show you how to restart it, and then you'll see the script start placing the units down. Let's see, where are we at? 20, 21? All right, so we're almost there. So we can almost upgrade this guy, and then we only have 2 to go, and we've only got 12 ways to go. That's the other thing, kind of with these units, is that these 4 will take a while to upgrade, so it's maybe a little bit less boring than having stuff sitting there for 5-10 minutes without being able to do anything. Okay, that one's good. We'll wait till that one gets to probably about close to 10, and then, oh, that's fine. We'll do that. But if there's any other maps or units you'd like me to test out on the script or show you how to do, just feel free to leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know if this was helpful to you, or if there's any other videos that you would find helpful, or anything you're curious about. Just kind of getting this started. So any ideas or things you guys want to see would be great for me to know. Alright, we're just over, yeah, we're about 18 now. See, where this kind of comes into play of waiting is because the POVs are shooting, obviously, at the beginning of the map, so we don't know exactly what they're killing at this point. So we'll hit him, and then we've just got a little bit left for that, and then the last upgrade, and it should... Yeah, we actually should have enough, I think, to get everything upgraded before it ends. If not, it'll be kind of close. Okay, we can hit him again. But the case is, it doesn't actually, they don't actually have to be maxed out. I just do it, because why not? Alright. Almost ready to upgrade the one. Yeah, we might actually not get to upgrade the last one. At one point, I was putting, instead of putting the POVs back here, I was actually putting 2 electrics. They are quite a bit less expensive to upgrade, but they don't do nearly as much damage, and their range is not nearly as good. So I figured we'll just kind of keep stuff away and kind of go from there. Yeah, we should have enough to upgrade the last one, and then I'll take you and spin you around and let you see everything. It's actually going faster than usual, because usually it's right around 18 minutes where this ends, and it looks like we're going to be able to close it out a little bit earlier. Okay. 24? Yeah, it should be fine. Alright, so we'll upgrade that, and it's done. You can use this if you want to make sure, but we know everything's upgraded. So hit exit, use the arrow key, just kind of arrow over a little bit, and you'll be able to see everything is still at the front of the map. Now, if you really want to get tricky, my horns are coming through them. If you want to get really tricky, you could put like a king right back here, and I have done that. Do the same thing as when you were using the octopus, just kind of slowly back them up a little bit, and then put one right behind here, all facing the same way as the octopus. So his back or his front would be to the back of the octopus. He will easily fit there, and you won't have to worry about it. And see, this is that water tower, I think it is, or turret tower, or sniper tower, whatever it's supposed to be. If you get backed up too far and you try and place things like over here or up here, they won't place. And if they don't place, then all of your money is going to be wrong. It's going to try and upgrade units that aren't there. I mean, obviously, if you're doing it yourself initially, they'll place. But if your spawn point moves at all, they'll place in a different spot. So this is kind of a good way of keeping everything nice and close, nice and tight. He's a little further than I'd like him, but it's fine. He's not going to get in the way. And then once it's over, you'll see that we're going to let it run for a few seconds at least, just to make sure that if anything happened, we still cover to the end. Alright, so it's almost done. So at this point, I guess they're moving a little bit further, but don't worry about it. They're not going to get back here. And even if they do, the furthest they'll get is probably this corner, maybe. But they'll never get way back here. Not something you're going to need to concern about. And like I said, because of the hitboxes, you can place them so close together, and this all stays very consistent. Alright, so we're at 17 and a half minutes. It's almost done. That should be the last toilet. Yeah. Okay. And it's dead. So 17 minutes, 23 seconds. I got 2,000 coins. You can get up to 3,000. We got 3 shards. That does vary. But we also, scroll over, we also got 3 of those shards. Okay, that's what we want in order to be able to put traits on these units. So I'm going to let it go another about 5 seconds just to be safe. Notice the recording is still on. And then you hit play again. So the map's going to restart, as all of you, I'm sure, are aware how that works. And then any second here, it's going to restart. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it for 5 or 6 seconds once it reloads, just in case, because all reload times are not the same. And then we're going to hit the F8 button again to stop the recording. You will see this record button turn off. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to hit it. You'll see it's off. Now I'm going to save it. Now I already have one saved, Wasteland, so I'm just going to, I don't know. I'm going to name it. Here, we'll do this. We're going to say like and subscribe. That's not right. Alright, so we got that saved, right? So now what you're going to do is you're going to hit the F12 button. And now you'll watch my mouse do its thing. So that was me talking earlier. That's me hitting the button to skip that. And then, in a second here, it should... Blink. There. Perfect. So it'll start placing the units itself. I'm not going to keep everybody here to watch this all over again because that's boring. I'll just let you see it place a couple units and then we'll back out of it. If you are running this and you need to stop it, just hit the F12 and you can back out. Then you can hit F12 again later to restart it if you want to. Now remember, F8 only starts and stops the recording. That's for the initial recording. It will not start replay. So there we got the first octopus placed down. And if you watch the money, it should be right around 370 again, where it places the second one. And again, you can either press 1 or you can go and actually click on the unit if you want to. But once you get the units placed, use the index. Do not use your mouse and try and click on a unit or move around to select it. It's just going to increase the chances that the script itself fails. Okay. So it should be placing that down. All right. So I'm going to stop it there. There we see the 2 units placed. So I'm going to hit F12, stop it, take back control of my mouse, and we are going to go back to the main lobby. Oop, yep. Okay. Well, we're going to actually go in here, I guess. And we'll go back into my private server. And that's pretty much it, everybody. So, I appreciate any and of all of you that took the time to watch this for me. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Just getting started on this little journey. And I hope it pays off for all of us. Like I said before, if there's anything you want to see, anything you have questions on, feel free to leave a comment. You can DM me in game, friend me, whatever you want to do. And I will see you on the next one. All right? Hope you all have a good day, and I hope to see you again soon. Appreciate you.